Hey there, Facebook. So, just thought I'd take a minute and tell you guys why I'm a water protector and a little bit about what this movement means to me and why it's so important. So, I'm a water protector because the federal government, the state government, the tribal council, any form of government you want to think about, they really don't protect the water. The EPA, they put out standards, they're voluntary standards. A lot of times they're enforced by the industry themselves. So if you're an oil pipeline, the Department of Environmental Quality, they might come and inspect like once or twice and tell you good job or bad job or whatever. But most of the time, they just have, monitoring equipment in place. And if the industry violates the standards, then they give them a fine. They'll give them a little slap on the wrist. And in many cases, they don't even make the industry clean up the mess. Instead, they put that mess in the hands of the taxpayers, and the local people are forced to live with that mess. A lot of times they can't even clean the mess up if they want to. It's uncleanable. You can't remediate it. You can't mitigate it. The people in Yakima, in Washington, the people over there call themselves downwinders. The federal government took the land that belongs to the people there and put a nuclear waste dump on it. Show you guys this happening right over here. So the government, they don't care. They don't care about environmental standards. They don't enforce those laws justly. You're caught like throwing a cigarette butt out your window, or you accidentally have some garbage out of the back of your pickup truck while you're taking it to the dump, you'll get a fine. For you, it's a significant fine. If you're somebody like Energy Transfer Partners and you poison the water of millions of people, they'll let you off scot-free. The amount of money that you'll have to pay relative to the amount of money that you're earning off of poisoning people is small. So I'm a water protector because we can't trust the government to do a good job. They've proven themselves untrustworthy to protect our water. They don't protect the water for the people. So that's why I'm a water protector. And, right now, the media, the yellow journalists, if you're watching, fuck you. The yellow journalists are over on the other side of the river right now. And they're reporting about the environmental catastrophe that's being caused by people camping out. Yeah, there's some garbage over there. There's some structures. There's some vehicles. But they're lying about how much garbage, and they're lying about how many vehicles, and they're lying about the potential hazard. Because even if every single person who came to this camp, each person took a gallon of oil over there and dumped it right into the Missouri River, it would still be a small environmental catastrophe compared to what that pipeline's going to do. And the media lies to you guys. They lie to you and you eat it up. If you're watching the media and you believe that, you're part of the problem. You should call them on it, because what they're saying is bullshit and they know it. That's why you are watching this live stream right now, is because you know they're lying to you. So that's another reason that I'm a water protector, is because the yellow journalists in this country are so full of shit. They can't be trusted. You guys need people out here like me telling you the truth of what's actually happening. So I'm a water protector to stand against yellow journalism. And I hope that the yellow journalists that are watching this right now quit their jobs. Because a lot of the same people who own the pipelines, the very same people who own the pipelines, own interests in the media outlets that report lies. I just was watching this morning some lies from the local media outlet. They had one of the alternative, they had Jordan from the Young Turks. He's been out here consistently reporting the truth on what's actually happening here. And the journalist that was debating him has never even been out here. And yet he's trying to report like he's some sort of authority on what's happening here on the ground. And he's never even been here. How can they do that? How is it that the media is allowed to tell you guys what's happening out here and they never have even been here? Meanwhile, they don't disclose the conflict of interest that the same pipeline owners own their company. The same financiers that are financing the pipeline own the media outlets, and they don't report that. They don't report their conflict of interest, and they don't accuse themselves or step back there with journalistic integrity. Instead, they report blatant lies to you. So if you're watching ABC News or NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN, you know that it's wrong. You know that it's wrong. And you're contributing to the problem by watching the commercials and showing support for their advertisers and their financiers. So you need to do more than divest. You have to unsubscribe from all of those things. You have to decolonize your brain from the brainwashing that they're throwing at you, because you know it's wrong. So I'm a water protector because you guys out there deserve to know what's actually happening. What's actually happening is there's not very much trash out here. There's not very much waste. There aren't any cars. And if we had been left to actually take care of this, we would get it taken care of. They know that. They 100% know that we would get it taken care of. And that's why they're kicking us out. So that they can use their skewed media tactics and they can reinforce the lies that they're trying to tell you. So when you see them saying, oh, the protesters left a mess, they tried to kick us out over and over again. That's the reason there's a mess here. They put out an eviction notice. They told us that we won. They told us the environmental impact statement was going to be done. They told us that Obama stopped the pipeline. They've been building that pipeline this whole fucking time. And a lot of people believed it and left. And those are the people who left a mess. The people who stayed here, we're still cleaning this mess up. We will keep cleaning it up until they force us to stop. And a lot of the people over there are going to be arrested because they want to clean this mess up. They'll be over there cleaning that mess up when fucking paramilitaries come down and hit them with sticks and throw them in jail. They'll still be trying to clean it up. They'll be over there at Ochete Oyate cleaning up the mess until the very last moment when the militants arrest them. And real talk, a lot of the prison industrial complex where those people will be held in jail for trying to clean that mess up are owned by the same investors, the same bankers that own the pipeline, that own the media. They also own the jailing system. So, I just want you guys to think about it. Just think about it for a minute. Because if you still have money in Chase Manhattan, if you still have money in Citibank, if you still have money in Wells Fargo, you're actively paying for your own brainwashing. You're paying for your own incarceration. You're paying for the pollution of your water and air and land. And not only that, you're paying for the poisoning of future generations. You personally are responsible if you don't do something actively right now to change things. I'm not asking you to come out here and be a water protector. But what I am asking you to do is your part. I want you to do your part. Starve the black snake. Walk places. Buy less. Stop shopping. quit ruining the world for all of us. It's your responsibility. So I'm going to get back to work. There's still a lot of work for me to do over here. You know, I still have to pack up. I talked with LaDonna about my idea of walking out of this camp. And it's my intention to leave Sacred Stone Camp. I'm going to come back. People here know that I'm going to come back. But I'm going to walk over there as far as I can to Washington, D.C. I'm going to walk and ride to Washington, D.C. And I'm going to meet, if I get a chance, I'm going to meet with Dave Archambault and ask him how come he evicted this camp. I want him to personally explain to me how come he evicted this camp. Because it's unjustifiable. The only justification that he could possibly give that I would believe is that he has his head up the ass of DAPL. And if he says anything else, then he's a fucking liar. So, I'm sorry, DAPL Dave, but I want to talk to you. I want you to explain yourself to me, and I want you to explain yourself to all these people that you are hurting through your actions. So, I'm going to walk out of this camp, and I'm going to try and go over to Washington, D.C. And anybody who wants to walk out of this camp, if you're watching this, if you want to leave this camp in a good way with your head held high and you want to start walking towards Washington, D.C., you're welcome to be a part of it. But just like my time in this camp, you have to be peaceful, you have to be prayerful, and you have to be in a good way. You can't be drunken, stoned, or hurting people. But if you want to go and you want to go to Washington, D.C., you're welcome to be a part of this walk. I'm going to try and get over there for the 10th of March. There's a march happening in Washington, D.C. We're going to march in solidarity with Standing Rock. And I hope you guys can be there. If you can't be there, try and organize a march in your area. Get people in the streets. March 10th, the whole planet should know we don't want our water poisoned. It's enough being a Facebook protector. I'm going to go and try and protect the water a little bit. But I'm thinking about you guys, you know, and I hope you guys are praying for us here because we really need the prayers right now. There's some really crazy stuff that's about to happen. And, you know, I'm fired up and I have to go to sacred fire and pray, put down some tobacco and burn some sage. So I need to get some lunch, but you know, I love you guys. I love the earth. I love this water and this air. I love the sacred fire. And I love the future generations that haven't been born yet. That's what I'm here for, you know. Aside from standing against yellow media, and aside from standing against prison industrial complexes, and aside from standing against the pipeline, I'm also standing for the future generations who deserve clean and safe water. There's no reason that they should have to worry about their water being poisoned. So, I love you guys. I gotta go.